A lot of us have concerns at times about our memory. Welcome back to more of the WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair. Guess what? There is a free assessment that will help you figure out where you're at when it comes to your memory. And to tell us about it is Joy Nelson. She is with Memory Matters. Joy, I know it's a memory assessment test. What is it exactly? What does it do?
So you'll hear us say this a lot. We call them memory screenings. We call them MOCAs. It really stands for the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. And it literally is a 4-part test that will test a grand scheme of things like your short-term memory, your visual abilities, executive functions, language, attention and working memory. So we actually test all of these parts of your brain in 15 minutes, and it's completely free. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't come in to take this memory test.
Can I ask you, I mentioned it's free. Is there any particular age that you should take this test? I mean, when should you say now's the time for me to do this, or say to a loved one, let's go do this?
I recommend taking this at every age. And the reason being, even if you're a teenager, and most people don't realize, but the brain is not completely, completely grown, I guess you could say, until you're age 25. But still, I recommend teens, 20s, 30s, and the reason being is it gives us a baseline. So if you score 30 out of 30, great. We'll say, okay, we'll see you next year. Or in between that year, if you start recognizing that your memory is getting worse, come on back, take another free test, and we'll see how you did comparatively to that first test. So it's important to come in and take it at any age and every age.
Well, I have to tell you, so many people are afraid that I know in my age group, I'm 67, and those that are a little bit older than me, they will say, oh no, I can't remember this name, or I forgot this, or that, and they'll say, oh my gosh, something might be wrong, but then they're too afraid to find out about it. Why is it important for people to go get evaluated? What difference could it make short and long term?
Absolutely. There's still that stigma, right? But I do want to say that there is a significant difference between memory loss with normal aging versus memory loss where there's something else going on. And the reason why it's so important to come take this is early detection is key. You hear about this with cancer, with other illnesses, sicknesses. The same goes with the memory. While we can't cure dementia, there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease. There are things that you can do for your memory to maintain your memory for, 2, 3, 4 years. Also, there are medicines that the FDA is regularly okaying for people to take, but it only is for those who have just been diagnosed. It's only for those who are in the early stages. So again, this goes back to early detection is key. Come in, take 15 minutes. That's all. Take 15 minutes, come in, take this test. It'll give you peace of mind. Take the test and we'll go from there. If you score low, we're here to help. We have several resources. The quicker you take this and we detect that there could be something going on, we've got the resources and the next steps for you to take to maintain that memory for a long period of time.
And you do offer tools, the Brain Busters programs, other things that will help people remember better, but also referring to a neurologist if need be. And as you mentioned, there should be more of a connection, I think, between early diagnosis and how important it is because, correct me if I'm wrong, there are those drugs, if taken early enough, that can forestall the progression of dementia or Alzheimer's. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. And really the only medicines that are FDA approved are those who are only for those who have just been diagnosed.
Very important. And I have to say on a personal note, I came in last year and took that cognitive assessment. Very comfortable setting. Whoever it was, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, who administered it to me, couldn't have been kinder. I really felt good about it by the time I was done. And again, what would you say to someone who has a loved one or a friend that says, I'm afraid I don't want to go? Is there any way to help them get in there to get assessed?
Absolutely. So I always recommend to people, I get this question so often because I do a lot of community education. And it's, okay, I've seen my best friend's memory is declining. She's not going to come in. Okay, great. So the next time you and your girlfriend are out to eat lunch, say, memory, I heard about this memory test that Memory Matters gives completely free. I am so nervous to go in there because I've noticed a difference in my memory. Will you come with me and kind of be my right-hand woman so we can go in and do this together? It would make me feel a lot better if you would come with me.
That's a great suggestion. It's a great suggestion. Guess what? We're out of time already, Joy Nelson, but you'll come back again, I'm sure. And thanks for this helpful information. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we will be back in just a moment.